Hey everybody, welcome to Goldhound. I just went to a coin show today and we're going to have some new acquisitions and a little bit of education here and there. And as you can see, I have a gold coin over here and you can see it's got the green bean. We'll take a closer look at this in a little bit. I got a maple over here to add to this. I also got a kookaburra. I'm trying to move into preservation. I'm trying to move into bullion, something to hedge against. That's exactly what I'm doing for. As you know, I was a coin dealer for a while. I'm not sure if I want to anytime soon. I'm in a transition period. I've actually sold about 75% of my numismatics to get more gold. I'm close to 7 more ounces of gold in the past 2 months, which is crazy. Had some of my own cash plus trade and selling, made that happen. Why? Well, because I feel like a lot of the numismatics have been going down. They're really stagnant, and I believe that they're just basically debt instruments and their income streams to dealers and coin grading companies solely. And that's why I've chose to move into precious metals, gold especially, and I kind of want to have a ratio of 1 to 2. That means if I have 25 ounces of gold, I would like to have about 50 ounces of silver in my private stack or to sell. And the thing is, I'm full of uncertainty right now. Full of uncertainty. Would I want to go to a show and flip this and have a little income stream of 50, 60 bucks on this coin, or should I hold on to it for a much larger outcome? That's what I'm kind of thinking right now. And as you can see, the price of oil is very, very high, and this conflict is going much longer than I anticipated, and I have no idea what's going on. Okay, there's systemic failure beyond belief when it comes to this country. We've been dealing with this conflict with these people for 47 years. Okay, why didn't during the oil embargo did they have more oil refineries in this country? I have no idea. Why didn't they do that 47 years ago? Now they're building a brand new one in Tennessee. Thank you. Finally, somebody's awake. We need to have more things in this country than importing it outside of the country and bringing it in. Because we have a small little tiffy that occurs in a very small area of the world, and it affects all of us globally. And that's the problem I'm seeing. I'm seeing the value of the dollar just going down, down, down. It's going to. Okay. Is this the beginning of the end of the United States dollar? I have no idea, but it sure looks like it on paper. It does, but I want to protect myself with more gold. So, with that being said, let's talk about why I bought all these things here. Let's go on to the gold coin. It's just beautiful. I don't find much that are cacked, and you can see there's a little something got on there and wrecked it a little bit. I have no idea what happened, but anyway, it's a numismatic and it's gold, and so I'm scratching that itch. One of my friends, one of my customers, said that to me a couple times. If you're buying gold and you buy a nice cacked coin, you're getting that gold and you're scratching that numismatic itch. So it is like a hybrid in between both, and there's an exception in every rule. A lot of numismatics have been going down for a long time, like I just said earlier today. But this one is gold, and I believe it's going to keep on rising, and I believe that premium for the CAC will show itself above the melt, which I thought was a great thing. But it's a beautiful piece. Let's really look at it. Okay, I love how this thing kind of glows. It just has a fantastic luster to the coin. Wow. Wow. I love that gold. It just looks great. It has a nice contrast. I mean, look at that field. Just that beautiful cartwheel that goes right around. What a great looking piece. But then again, I do want to get more gold by weight, but it's nice to have a mix up. Okay, we got to have a little bit of everything when it comes to gold. Let's move on to silver. Now, these kookaburras, I can't believe how much they are. I mean, they were asking 130. I talked them down to $100 for one. I ended up grading some Morgan dollars, something like this. You guys know what a Morgan dollar is, from 1878 to 1921. I misdiagnosed a VAM, and they were details, both of them. And I ended up just getting rid of them. I sold them for $150 for the pair because I don't see them going up in value. And I made a gamble. I made a mistake. And it's going, I just moved it into silver. These two coins and a couple bucks cash. Okay. That's why I wanted it. But I understand these Libertons have a premium above the melt. $30. I know it's crazy, right? For this little 10th ounce of gold, silver. It's ridiculous how much they are, but you know, it was part of a trade, and I might as well just take it. And you know, lo and behold, they're selling them for that much for these tenths. It was just crazy, right? Crazy, but it is bullion. Okay, it doesn't need to be refined, and that's why I'm moving into that. I don't want any more of this alloyed silver. That's the problem. Okay. That gets backlogged, and you have a lower value offer for those 90% silver, 40% silver, and sterling. But I love to get 4.9 fine silver, so I just wanted to add one more raw one to the stack. This is in 2022. Not bad. I mean, there's always milk spots on them. See on the face, there's just a little bit of something there, and it's okay to handle them like this. It's a pretty cool, but totally different from the older one that's right here. You see the maple leaf's a little larger, but I want to have coins that are silver. They have to be 3/9 fine or 4/9 fine silver. I just don't want to get any 90% or anything like that, because that's just kind of the problem. A dealer could charge retail for that or melt on that, but then when it comes to time to sell it, is it really going to go up? I don't know, but it seems like the further the price of silver goes up, their offers are going down, down, down when it comes to alloyed silver. It seems like they just want to get this out of the system for some reason. You know, one time 90% silver was pretty good. It was very good. It was actually selling above melt. Now it's way below. It's crazy. And it all comes down to the refiners. Okay, the refiners have to bring that price down to like maybe $10.50 back a melt. And that's where the dealers have to work with. You know, they got to make their $3.50 a coin if they're going to liquidate, because they don't feel like they can sell it in their shop. So they just have to send it to a wholesaler, and then they have to have their markup here and there, and it just moves on down the chain. But when it comes to our country, I feel like we're like going into some really bad inflation, economic strifes, and it puts a toll on me. When we had that election, the last time we had the election for the presidency, that really messed up my mind. I almost feel like I'm going mentally ill, which I know I'm not mentally ill. It's just depression was starting to set in, because I feel like this is the end, and I hate feeling like that. And this is why I moved away from collectibles. This is why I moved into things that are going to preserve myself. I don't want an income stream and flip it and make a couple bucks. That's what my job does. My job gives me income stream. And when it comes to preserving my wealth, what if someday the Fort Knox, they're going to refine all that gold? What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to reset the value of gold? Will it be at 100,000? I don't know. But that is a possibility. A definite possibility that they're going to have some sort of regime change, some sort of monetary change, which I believe is going to have to happen. And I've already talked about this on a previous video about the gold yuan being number one over the US dollar, as we have right there. And we don't know what's going to happen. It seems like this country is getting better right now, but it still feels like it's going haywire. But the thing is, these things needed to have happened like 50 years ago. We needed to have more factories in our country to refine metals. We need more factories to refine oil. That should have happened 50 years ago. And it should have been happening progressively throughout the last 50 years. Get another one here every decade while the demand increases. And that's what's not been happening. They've just been floating around, just exchanging policies and doing the same thing they've been doing for the past several decades. And I don't want to get into a ton of politics, but that's the way I see the world. I want the gold. This is fiat. This is cash. This is real money. That's what I want. Silver, I want silver too. But I don't want an overabundance of silver, if you see what I'm saying, because there is a major liquidity problem when it comes to silver at times. And it could happen again. Like I say, Michael Oliver believes silver is going to go to $300 to $500 an ounce this year. And I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to say I believe that. But I do believe silver could go up 50% from where it currently is right now. I know this conflict isn't going to last forever. Okay. When I see oil dropping $3 to $5, I see gold responding, going up approximately $35 per ounce every time $1 of that oil has dropped. And it's back and forth ever since January 29th. It's been the craziest thing how the metals react to certain catalysts like that. Like all of a sudden, it's a catalyst, and that is something that makes the metals move, get stagnant, or they decline, or they appreciate. And I understand conflicts are horrible. It's affecting all of us. It's affecting a lot of small businesses when it comes to their business and income streams. And this needs to get dealt with. This needs to be done humanely and as fast as possible, in my opinion. Otherwise, this could be permanent, semi-permanent. We could have inflation for 18 months or so, but it all comes down to what's that dollar worth across the world when it comes to the US dollar index. It's still strong, but people are preferring the gold U1. And when I look at that gold, I think that's the new world order. And I think it's going to happen eventually. So, and again, people, I'm not a financial advisor. And the thing is, we're in a dip right now. And I know how people think. That they're not going to be buying gold because it is frowned upon right now currently in the news streams. But when it goes to $5,000 an ounce, then people start buying it again. It's just human nature. It's the way our psychology works. We don't want to buy it when it's down. And you need to fight that urge and say, hey, I think this is a great time. I need to listen to this guy, but I'm going to buy the gold and silver when it's at this low point, because you can see silver's been sitting at around $75, give or take a couple bucks, for the past 30 days, 45 days or so. Gold at the same time has been floating around between 45 to like 48 in the past same amount of time. It's been relative. So take that as a grain of salt. If it's something you can afford, then I believe you should be moving into purchasing a little tiny bit of gold, whatever you can afford. Now, don't be over leveraging yourself and putting it on your credit card. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. If this is something you can easily afford and you don't need that extra money for food or anything for your family, then go right ahead. I want you guys to be happy with your purchase. I believe now is a great time to buy gold and silver, because I feel like once this conflict's over, I'm predicting that we're going to see $5,150 an ounce for gold, and I'm predicting we're going to see about $92 to $93 in silver. That's what I see. But then again, we all do these predictions. We could be wrong. It could be higher than that. It could be lower than that. We don't know. Only time will tell. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Remember to smash that like button. And please leave a comment, because I love to hear your comments. And do the right thing. Listen to this channel and share it. And we'll see what happens in the future. And hopefully everything's going to be A-okay. I'll see you on the next one.